The Samsung Galaxy A36 is actually a really good mid-range from Samsung. And I've had this device for 2 months, so that's quite some time to share with you guys what I've experienced and my thoughts and opinions about this device. Now, experience can vary from person to person, so do keep that in mind while watching these videos of mine. I mean, if you want to see just a straight review and talking about specs, that's for different people. And while I do talk about specs, I share my experience. So again, that's where things may change. But let's get right into the design of this because I really like what Samsung did here. So this has a slim and sleek build. And in the past 2 months of using this, I've really felt like this phone is just super light. Like it doesn't feel heavy at all. You know, it does weigh 195 grams, but it truly doesn't feel like that. And also, I've gotten used to these thicker bezels. You know, being a mid-range and it's not a flagship, it's going to have slightly thicker bezels and, you know, a chin right here and things like that. But I've gotten used to it and it's been awesome because of the display quality itself. It's 120 hertz refresh rate, 6.7-inch display. Now, if you're new to the channel, hi there, by the way, but if you guys have been subscribed, you guys know that I do prefer using compact smartphones more than like larger screen smartphones. Like if you gave me the Galaxy S25 Ultra right here, and there was like a Galaxy S25 Ultra Mini, not the S25, an S25 Ultra Mini, like same build, like with like a more squarish build, I would choose the Mini, like a 6.3-inch display of this S25 Ultra. I'd probably choose that. Or whatever, like if you gave me the Galaxy S25, let's just put it that way, make it easy for you. Galaxy S25, I would use this over the A36. I'd use it over like other devices because I like compact phones. But that's just me. Again, display quality though, if you're watching videos, especially like lots of content or playing games, whatever it may be, you're gonna have a great experience. And I think Samsung realized that because they know that the display is the part that we use the most. Like it's the part of the phone we interact with the most. So having a good display is key. Now it does have this plastic frame for durability, and honestly, it really doesn't feel like plastic. It feels really premium, and I like the design and what Samsung did in this specific color. Like as you can see when it's shining against light, it looks different, but I really do like what Samsung did with this color. I kind of wish they would bring like unique colors to, you know, their regular S25 or S lineup in general. I don't know, especially their Ultras are just like, it's like titanium black, titanium silver. Like why don't you add like a really cool blue? If they brought this blue from the S25 or brought this color to the S25 Ultra, that would be pretty cool. But design wise, like it's a Samsung phone, you get used to it. And it's been great. You know, it's nothing. It's nothing. It's not like nothing. It's not like a CMF Phone 2 Pro. It's not unique. It doesn't stand out, but it's clean and minimal. Now, let's get to the software and the performance because that's the most important part. You know, using the phone in 2 months, how has it held up? So it's powered by the Snapdragon 6 Gen 3 chipset, and it's smooth for everyday tasks. Now, it's going to lag here and there, not all the time, just like once in a while. Like you're not even going to notice it, and when you do, it's not going to really bug you. But you know, if you're doing heavy multitasking or gaming, that's where you might see a little bit more often. So for those who do pick up a Galaxy A36, I don't think like they're going to be doing heavy multitasking or lots of gaming. Maybe you might, I don't know, but for the majority, I don't think that's going to be the case. But on everyday tasks, like if you're calling and texting or sending emails, you're not going to have any problems whatsoever. If you're browsing the web or just watching YouTube videos, like you just use this here and there. Like you bring this with you to work and you may answer a couple phone calls throughout the day or send a couple text messages. You come home, you just put it aside, and then, oh, you want to watch a YouTube video, you open up a YouTube video and watch like your favorite YouTuber, whatever it is. It's going to perform perfectly fine. Like for that type of situation, I don't see a need of going and picking up a flagship device, which is, I've seen people who have that like workflow, like that they're a light user. They barely use their phone and they go and get the latest and greatest. I don't know why they are spending like $1,200, $1,300 especially for their use case when they could pick up a device that's going to last just as long, in my opinion. If you ask me, I believe it'll last just as long for the same usage. But you also do get Android 15 with One UI 7, and I'm sure One UI 8 is going to be coming fairly soon, the stable version, or maybe even the beta to the Galaxy A36, because the beta is now officially available on the S25 series. So I suspect its first major OS update is going to be coming very soon in the next couple months. So I'm excited to try it out. But you also do get 6 years of major OS updates. That is a lot for a mid-range. 6 years of major OS updates. But yeah, software and performance, everything aside from that with One UI has also been really great. Now the cameras, how are the cameras holding up? Here's what I have to say. If you are picking this device up, you know, like, camera is not a priority for you. It's not going to be like your #1 priority. If it is, I'm going to tell you right off the bat, you should probably go and pick up a Galaxy S25 Ultra. If like you're looking for a high quality, high-end Samsung flagship, level cameras, you go with the Galaxy S25 Ultra. You won't go ahead and pick up the Galaxy A36 for that. But it does come with a triple camera setup, a 50 megapixel main camera with OIS, an 8 megapixel ultra wide, and then the third one's a 5 megapixel macro, which I don't use. And I'm sure a lot of people don't use. Now the ultra wide is great. If you swap the macro with a telephoto, I think more people would be using that as well. But macro, yeah, I opened it once and that was it. Never use macro again. I use the main, which is great, and ultra wide again, which is also pretty good given its 8 megapixels. And again, with the price you're paying for, you're not getting the latest and greatest, like with the camera quality. But with the right lighting, it still gets the job done. Now it also does support 4K at 30 frames per second and a 10-bit Super HDR video. So you do get some options with the Galaxy A36 camera. But if you're like a professional, you want like the best, you don't go for the Galaxy A36. I think we're at that point where we know that anyone who's picking up a mid-range, they know like camera is not going to be like the most important thing for them. But if you want really good battery life, this right here is phenomenal. I'll tell you this, it performs better than the Galaxy S25 Ultra. Now they both have a 5,000 milliamp hour battery, but this just performs much better. There's some reasons to it. Now, first of all, the Snapdragon 6 Gen 3 chipset, it's not as power hungry as the Snapdragon 8 Elite. Well, the 8 Elite is going to be much more power hungry than the 6 Gen 3. So that, being said, it's not going to use up as much battery, but a 5,000 milliamp hour battery easily will last you all day, literally all day. And if you're a light user, forget it. You don't even need to bring your charger with you. Go to work, come back, go to sleep, wake up the next day, go to work, come back again, and you'll still have charge. I think this is easily a 2-day phone, given how you use it. If you are like myself, at the end of the day, you're going to probably want to use it. But even then, 7-8 hours of screen on time, you really can't go wrong with the battery life on the Galaxy A36. And all of this for $399. And you can find this phone on sale very frequently. Not just this phone, but a lot of Samsung phones. I haven't come across one yet. Maybe it's just because I wasn't really looking for one. Granted, I wasn't really looking for the S25s either, but it's always going on sale. Samsung devices always go on sale. So if, and it's been a couple months since its release, so now's the time to, find these phones on, deals or with like, great discounts, whatever it is, or trade-ins, whatever it may be. But there is a competitive mid-range market, and I think the Galaxy A36 fits pretty well. Now the A56 is also coming to the US, I believe. I just don't know when, but soon. That's going to be a little bit more premium than the A36, but honestly, I think Samsung did a good job, especially from its previous A35, which I didn't review because I didn't feel the need to, in a way, I guess. Like, I don't know. I just didn't want to either, but this felt worthy, and this felt like a very good phone, and it is 2 months later. And I'll tell you this, like, if I wasn't into content, like making tech content specifically, and I was just, your average Joe, just, picking up a phone, using it for a couple years, and then buying a new one, I'd probably pick up a Galaxy A36. I would go ahead and pick up a phone for $1,200–1,300. Maybe I would go for a 1–2-year-old flagship, or maybe I just might pick up this. So that does say a lot. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, definitely be sure to superman that like button, comment down below, and best of all, share this video because it really does help out the channel out a lot and will help push my content out to more people. That's been it for me, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.